All right, guys, welcome to today's TRX Live and On-Demand Sweat Workout. My name is Amy McMullen. I'm a TRX Master Instructor, and I'm here to lead you through today's workout. Before we get started, let's go ahead and I want you guys to set your watches or start your timers, or if you're tracking in any way, go ahead and get that going so that we get credit for this. I'll explain the workout more after we warm up, but let's just go ahead and get cranking because today's workout's about 31 minutes instead of 30, and I don't want to keep you too long. So you're going to need your straps, you're going to need a mat for floor work, you're going to need a water, and you're probably going to need a towel because, like usual, we are going to get sweaty. So I'm going to go ahead, I got to put my hair up first. First rule of being a beast is getting your ponytail situated just so. So anyway, ponytail's up and tightened. I'm going to hit go on this. We're going to go ahead and get warmed up. Your straps should be at mid-length if they're not already. And let's get going. So we're going to start with some TRX squat rows. So we're going to stand facing our anchor point, walking your elbows into your sides, lean back with those arms, drop the tailbone to your heels for hack squat, high row up for your row. Hack squat at the bottom, high row at the top. So this is the TRX squat row. You can do it in two separate moves, or like I've said the past few weeks, you can start to squish those moves together. Okay? I'm looking for a nice flat back. Once you've seen me do the move, eyes on the anchor point, and rest. We've got a forward lunge with a T-fly. So we're going to face away from the anchor point with your palms down in front of your shoulders and your feet together. We're going to step forward and drop our back knee, and then step together and switch legs. Step forward, drop your back knee, step together, switch legs. The hands go out to a T shape, and then they go palms down when you step together. Thumbs up, and then palms down. Arms to a T shape, step together. So you should be getting a really nice chest stretch here at the bottom, and then we're getting those ankles, knees, and hips warmed up for the floor work that we're going to do later. And rest. We've got a wide hip hinge, so we're going to turn around and face the anchor point. Feet are wide, toes forward, palms are down, hands are about hip height. You're going to hinge at the hips, flat back forward until you feel a really great stretch in the hamstrings, and then press your hands down to hinge back up to the top. Hinging forward, nice flat back, and then keep that back flat as you come all the way up. So nice flat back forward, good stretch in the hips and the hamstrings. You can do a little wiggle while you're down here. Come back up, we've got time for one more rep, and rest. We've got rollouts. So we're going to stand facing away from the anchor point, palms down at shoulder height. You're going to come up on your toes, straighten your hips, send your arms overhead until you feel your abs go, and then you're going to bring it back. Okay, arms go overhead. I always tell my clients, stop when you get to the shaky spot, and then come back up to the top. Don't go past the shaky spot, but arms overhead, and back. So we're just trying to get the shoulders warmed up, the abs warmed up for some of the plank stuff we're going to do later. And I'm already hot. And rest. Okay, so some of your short, high-intensity intervals today are going to include high knees. We're just going to do 15 seconds of them to start off with. Ready, set, and go. So regular high knees look like this. You can do whatever you want to with your arms. If you're not jumping, you're going to take your knee to your elbow. And then if you want to get wild, you take your arms up. I call these crazy high knees. All right, and rest. All right, my favorite, booty jacks. We do them almost every class. This is, it's like a squat jack, okay? Squatting and then stepping together. Go. So if you're jumping, it looks like this. I do a little reach down towards the floor just to give me something to do with my hands. If you are not jumping, you're going to step out into your squat, step together. Step into your squat, step together. All right? We're going to have some side shuffles today. All right? Now, depending on your space that you're working in, you might do 2, you might do 4, depends on how wide you can go. You're going to take a little shuffle to one side and then to the other side. All right? So you're just shuffling the feet, trying to keep your toes somewhat forward. From the side, You're bending the knees a little bit, nice flat back, and resting. And the last move we're going to learn today is a skater jump, side to side. This is for lateral work. So basically, we're trying to stop momentum to the side, all right? So if you are not jumping, you're going to step and kind of go into a little single leg squat here. If you are jumping back and forth, you can tap the foot on the ground, or you can hover the foot to try to balance, all right? We're going to see all those today during our workout. What we have in this circuit workout, same format as we've been doing the last few weeks, 4 exercises, lower body, upper body, core, and a little high intensity section to get your cardio. We've got 4 exercises, 4 rounds through. Each round gets progressively harder than the last. So that 4th round is going to be your toughest. I'm going to give you the options to take things up a notch. You can take them if you want them. You don't have to if you feel like you don't want them. All right, it's kind of like a buffet. You take as much as you want. Although don't go to a buffet like ever again with everything going on. Okay, so we are going to start with our straps short for low rows. All right. We've got a pull press that we're going to work up to at the end of the day, but we're going to start learning it by getting our upper body ready for this low row. So straps are short. We're going to stand facing the anchor point. You're going to walk in, elbows low to your sides, walk your feet forward. We have 45 seconds here. Straighten the arms to lower the plank, pull your wrist to your rib cage. Right? Everybody is going, eyes into the anchor point. Keep rocking, and what I want you to do is I want you to take a nice narrow stance here, okay? Feet are going to be all the way together. Your elbows are going low to your sides on purpose, and at the back of that row, you are trying to squeeze those shoulder blades together, okay? So keep rocking here. We've got 15 seconds left. All of our intervals today are going to be 40 or 45 seconds long, and the transitions are 15 to 20 seconds, so they're quick. You gotta be ready for them. 3, 2, 1, and rest. We're going to the floor for hamstring curls, so you need to take your straps, tilt the barrel blocks, and bring them down to mid-calf length. Handles at the bottom of the kneecaps. All right, we'll put the foot cradle there. You can use your mat if you want it. Fingers at the bottom of the foot cradles, lean back, heels go over top, and straighten the legs. We're going to lift the hips up and curl the legs in. So, what we're doing here is we're trying to keep the hips level and at the same height throughout the exercise. We're bringing the knees in over the hip bones and keep going. But if I were to face you, as I pull my knees in, this is a great view for everybody, sorry. I want your toes parallel and your knees parallel so they're not knocking together and turning out like this, okay? So keep rocking. You guys have 10 seconds left. Hopefully you start to feel those hamstrings a little bit. Hips up high, arms off if you want more of a challenge. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Side planks, we need to get our toes in. Grab the foot cradles, lie back, toes go up through the bottom, and then roll one leg over top of the other. We're on our side, top foot is in the front, even out those feet, heel and toe together, elbow under your shoulder, and then press yourself up. Oop, I'm not in line with my anchor point. I'm going to scoot in a little bit. So just like we worked on last week, this first set, we're just holding our side plank. All right, hips are high. If your feet are totally still and you feel in control of this, you're going to take the hand off the floor. All right, you want straight legs, you want still and steady feet, and then if you look at your top hip, it's really common to want to lean back here with this top hip, but you want it to be directly over top of your bottom hip. All right, ready and chill, ready, chill. Hand down, hips down. Let's roll to our stomachs to go to the other side. All right, so when you flip over, your top foot's automatically in the front. Scoot yourself underneath the anchor point, heel and toe together, and let's do the other side. Elbow under our shoulder, press the hips up nice and high, find your balance with steady feet. Take the hand off if you feel comfortable. Now, if you take the hand off and you're waving around, please put the hand back down. All right, no getting hurt allowed, especially not in the first round. I'm looking forward at the wall in front of me. My belly button is pulled in. And now I'm going to open up my chest towards the wall in front of me so I don't We've got 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand down, hips down. And we're getting ready for our first high intensity moment, all right? So we're moving that out of the way. We've got 10 high knees and 2 booty jacks. And we're gonna circuit through that for 45 seconds. Ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then booty jack, jump together, squat, jump together, start it all over. Squat and down. Now from the side, are you getting your knees up to hip height? Okay, on that squat jack, drop the booty, don't just lean forward, okay? Do whatever you want with your arms. I like moving mine kind of gate swing-ish. Drop the booty each time. If you want to travel, go for it. Sometimes that's more distracting. Drop, step together, and chill. Rest. Everybody grab a quick sip, and we're going to move on to round 2. That was your base round. Whew. All right, so we're going to get a little bit harder with some of these moves. I'm going to situate my camera. Whew. All right, so new move. Now the rest of this class, you can keep your straps at mid-calf length. They're totally fine there. We're gonna have our toes in for this one. Tango wants to join the workout, it looks like. My bad. Can you go have a seat? All right, tricep kickback. I want you to stand facing your anchor point with your palms down. Walk in, hands to your hips. Take a little foot back. You're gonna bend the elbows, but keep them right at your sides, and then press your hands down to straighten the arms. Bend the elbows, lower yourself back, straighten the arms. You should feel the back of your arms and triceps there. Okay, I'm putting a little bit of weight into this back foot, and then I'm gonna press off of it if I need the help. If you don't need the help, bend the elbows, keep them glued to your sides, and then press back up. So you're trying to lower your plank position so hips are straight just by bending the elbows and then pressing your palms down and back. Okay, 3, 2, and 1. TRX Knee Extension. So our straps are at mid-calf. I want you to grab your mat and then we're going to put our toes in. Now, if you can just reach back and pop your toes in this way, go for it. All right, it's kind of a faster way to do it. So you're going to be on all fours, feet close to the anchor point. I want you to lift your knees off the floor like 2 inches. So a little hover here. You're going to straighten the knees, pushing your heels to the handles, and then lower back down. Now you can rest all the way on the floor, or you can just lower down to that little 2-inch hover. Straighten the knees, booty to the sky, lower the knees right back to where you started. Okay, either hover or touch them to the ground for a little rest. All right, now, if you got really tight hamstrings, move forward a little bit so you're not having to go into a really big hamstring stretch. Either way, your knees come back to the same spot and then they straighten out. Rest. We're going back to our side plank. We're going to do a little rotation like we did last week. So, laying onto your side, top foot is in the front, heel and toe together. Now, hand can be on or off. I'll show you both. Elbow underneath you, press up into that side plank. Now, your level 1, keep the hand on the floor. Pike the legs up, look under your arms, come back to center, and then try to straighten out the best you can. Hand on the floor, pike up, look under your arms, come back to center. Those of you that are ready for the level 2, arm off, hand down, look under your arms, and then hand off here. And if you're ready for level 3, hand stays off. You tap the mat behind you, come back to center, and breathe. Don't hold your breath. All right, hand down, hips down, and we'll switch sides. All right, so when you switch sides, make sure your top foot's in the front, You've evened yourself back up with your anchor point so that you don't travel. Elbow under your shoulder and press up. Work, if this is a new exercise for you, work through each one of these levels. Hand down, hips up, look under the arm, hips straight, chest to the front wall. Look up, under your arm, hips up, lower the hips, and then look at the front wall. Find your balance if you want more. Hand down for the pike and the rotation. Hand off if you feel good. And then reach for the back of your mat. Reach for the ceiling. 3 seconds left. Get that last rep in. And hand down and relax. All right, kick out of those straps. Get your mat out of the way. We're going to our skaters. What we're going to do this time is we're going to have a triplet hold. 3 skaters, hold on the third one and try to balance there. Here we go. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and then try to hold. And then 1, 2, 3, try to hold. Put your foot down if you need. 1, 2, 3, hold. 1, 2, 3, hold. From the side, keep going. I've got my booty out, big hinge at the hips, nice flat back, and I'm holding. You'll probably notice that one side is stronger than the other, or more stable than the other. And that means you gotta work on that weaker side a little bit more. Now try to get some distance. And rest. All right, so you might have felt that in your hips, you might have felt that in your ankles, you might have felt that in your lungs. Either way, grab a drink, 2 down, 2 to go. Whew. It's so fun doing the workout and talking at the same time. If I go 100%, it means I can't breathe, and then I can't talk to you guys. And then you get to hear my like Darth Vader breathing in the microphone. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm operating at like 70%. All right, so everybody head back over to your straps. Round 3, this is where we learn the pull press. Super fun. Walk your straps all the way out. They're still at mid-calf. Have a seat on the ground, leaning back a little bit. We're gonna take the left foot in and the right heel out. Lift your chest. You're gonna do a low row and then a tricep kickback, and then lower yourself back down from where you came from. Okay, hips up, low row, turn the palms down, tricep kickback. Hands go back to your hips, and then bring yourself back down. My chest is up, I pull, and then I press, and my head goes to the center of the straps, and then back and down. Now my weight is going to start on this foot that's bent in, and then transfer to the leg that's straight. Okay? This is like a little lead in to a muscle up. Pull, press, a little hinge at the hips, and then lower. All right? Super fun. We're going to our hamstring runners. Let the straps down. Get your mat if you want it. You don't have to have it for your back, but it's cushy. You'll need it for your side planks. Fingertips in the foot cradles. Lay on your back, heels in, okay, and then straighten the legs. Now, if you're comfortable with a hamstring curl, you can stay there, all right? If you want to try the runner, hips up, one leg comes in as the other leg goes out, and you switch, switch, switch. Arms off if you want it. Keep going. Let me make sure you can see my feet. I feel like my camera moved a little bit. No, you can still see them. Keep rocking, keep rocking. 20 seconds left. Hands on the floor. Makes it easier, or more stable, I guess I should say. Hands off the floor makes it less stable. See how quickly you can go, but without swaying side to side. All right? Hips stay up the whole time. Rest. All right, grab the foot cradles. Hold them up like sticky socks. Take the toes up through the bottom, and then flip it over. Now, we're gonna try a side plank from the hand. Heel to toe, top leg is in the front. Now, everybody that has a shoulder issue, you are gonna stay here on the floor, okay, in a regular one. You can always drop your bottom knee if you need a rest. Everybody else, it's okay that we're taking some time. This is a harder one. You're gonna bring your hand under your shoulder, as long as you don't have a shoulder issue. You're gonna take this hand to the ground. Hips are up, all right? And then once you're still, and you feel like you've got it, hover the hand an inch off the floor, and then you're gonna start opening the chest. Hand goes up slowly, hips press up slowly. Oh, shaky, 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 shake. Hand down, knees down, and we'll switch to the other side. So this is a lot of pressure on your wrist and your shoulder. If you've got strong joints, you can take it. If it hurts at all, just go back down to your elbow. Top leg in the front. Those of you that are sticking with your forearm, you are gonna stay here on the ground and just try to hold that plank. Everybody else that wants to go up and feels safe doing so, elbow, hand under your shoulder, press your hips up high using this arm. When you feel like you've got it, test with the hand barely off the floor, slowly take the arm up. Fast movements are going to be bad news bears, so slow. Then open the chest and look forward. Nice high hips. Shaky, shake, shake, steady. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand down, hips down. Whew, okay, we made it. Mat out of the way. We're gonna take a side shuffle now into our skater triplet, okay? So, I'm gonna lead with this leg, and then I'm gonna jump on that leg first. 1, 2, 3, that way this leg is free. Leading with my left leg now, jumping on it first. 1, 2, 3. Side shuffle, 1, 2, 3. Side shuffle, 1, 2, 3. Now if you're cruising, you might only do 1 to 2 side shuffles, okay? Doesn't matter where you're going, keep rocking, keep rocking. I'm gonna come towards you guys. I want the hips back, keep going. As you land, sit in this hip, all right? Bend the knee, sink into it. Then you can take your switches, go back, sink into it. 2, 3, could you hold that, rest, okay? Whew. Breathing helps, do it, a lot of it. We're 9 minutes away from being done, all the way, even including the stretch. Hang in there. Everybody grab a sip. We're going to our last round, round 4. Starting with the pull press, we're gonna have our other leg in front this time. Whew. Okay, so you're set up. Grab your straps and face the anchor point. Straight arms, and then have a seat. Okay, you want your chest, you want to lean back a little bit so your chest is further back from your hands. Right foot in, left leg out this time. Lift the chest up. You're going to row and press, and then keeping your hands where they are, just lower yourself back to the floor. You press off this leg, hips up, low row, turn the tricep or turn the palms down. Tricep kickback, hands end up by your hips. Lower down, back to the floor. So I'm looking at the anchor, row, and then my head goes between the straps towards the anchor. I look at the floor, and then back down. And if you feel like you got it, you're just switching back and forth from the weight to the back leg, weight to the front leg. Okay? Pull, press. Nice job, guys. All right. We've got our crunch into a knee extension. So this is going to be a little bit tougher than the last one. I'm going to start with a regular knee extension to set you up for that one, toes in, and then I'm going to add the crunch in for those that want more. Okay? On all fours. Hover the knees 2 inches off the floor. Straighten the legs, booty up, and then lower the knees back toward the ground, either to the hover or the touch. Okay? Those that want more, move your hands forward about 6 inches. Straighten your legs out. They'll be past the anchor point or at your door or wall. You're going to crunch in, then kick up, knees and then straighten the legs. Lift the hips for a little crunch, straighten the knees, lower the knees, and then straighten the legs. Crunch, knee extension, knees down to your plank. Oh, my face is hot. All right, side plank, single leg. Ooh, wait, hold on, pause. All right, timer pause. We're gonna go like 2 minutes over that half-hour mark. Sorry, not sorry. Push your straps together, okay? If you know how to time in single handle mode, you can do that. I'm gonna put my right foot into both foot cradles. And then when I flex my foot, my toes are gonna be pointing towards you. Then I'm gonna put this leg on top to help me into a single leg side plank. Okay, this is gonna be a lot of weight on the lateral side of your hip and knee. So if you've got any like LCL or hip issues, maybe do a regular side plank instead. You can always do this on the floor if you wanna stay out of the straps. All right, so get that foot in the anchor point. It's gonna be your bottom leg in and the top leg out, all right? So my bottom foot is in, I'm gonna roll over onto that hip, straightening this knee. The free leg, I'm gonna take over top, and then I've got my elbow down and my hand down. Here we go. I'm gonna straighten the leg out. I'm gonna press on my foot and hand to lift my hips. Then I'm gonna hover this top leg in front of the other leg, pressing my hips high, and then you can take your hand off if you want. So maybe try holding this for like 10 seconds-ish, and then hand down, leg down, drop the hips. We have 15 seconds left. Let's go for a second rep while we're here. Press the shoulder down, straighten the bottom leg, lift the hips, hover the foot, hand off if you feel secure, hand down, hips down. Nice job, guys, I assume. Take the foot cradles off, put your other foot in, and then roll over onto that hip, okay? So, bottom leg straightens out, top leg comes on the floor, bottom elbow under your shoulder. We're gonna press off the floor to lift the hips, strong suspended foot, hover the top leg. If you feel good, not just feel good, if you are still and steady, take that arm off and hips high. You can come down for a little rest if you want to. Second set, straighten the leg, hips high, foot off the ground, hover, hover. Now if it's hovering, it's not resting on your other leg. Otherwise it wouldn't be a single leg plank. And hand down, hips down, and rest. All right, guys, come on out. Last set for our high intensity. We're putting everything together. 10 high knees, 2 booty jacks, side shuffle, triplet skater. Ready? So 10 high knees. I haven't counted. 2 booty jacks, side shuffle over, 3 skaters. 1, 2, 3, hold. 10 high knees. 2 booty jacks, side shuffle over, 3 skaters. 1, 2, 3, hold. Start over. Remember, if you're not jumping, knee to elbow. Okay, if you're not jumping, squat and step together. When you come over, you can step into that skater, step into it, and then start it over. Okay, rest. Whew. That was it. Everybody grab a sip and meet me back over at the straps for your stretch. It's crazy that my heart rate is that high when I was showing the slowest version at the very end. That's a sign of a really good holiday weekend from 4 days ago. Or I'm just out of shape. Okay. We're going to a hip flexor and torso stretch. Grab your straps, face away from the anchor point, put your arms up overhead, step together. I want my right toe to go back, dropping down into a little lunge, tucking my hips under, and then dropping my left arm back, reaching this top arm over to the side. Now, if you don't feel anything, scoot away from the anchor point a little bit, so you get a really long stretch from that high arm down into the hip flexor of the back leg. And come up. Same thing, other side. Hands reach in front of you. I stop mine before they get directly overhead. Left foot forward, right toe back. Nope, psych. Left toe back. Bend the back knee a little bit. Tuck the hips under. Right arm is going to go back this time. I'm looking back at my right hand. And then my left arm, the top arm, is reaching up and over to the side. So I create some good length or good stretch in the front of my body from my armpit all the way down to my hip flexor. And rest. Standing figure four. We're going to stand facing the anchor point. Elbows at our sides with the straps tight. I'm going to center my left foot with the anchor. My right ankle is going to cross over the left knee, and I'm going to drop this right knee back. Now, two options. First option, you sit back and you just chill here. If this is enough for you, just stay there. Second option, you work through a couple reps. Hinge forward, keeping your weight on the foot, very little weight in the arms, and then stretch all the way up, stand all the way straight. Hinge back at the hips, and then straighten everything back up. Okay, switch sides. Right foot is centered with the anchor this time. Elbows at our sides. You're gonna cross the left ankle over, drop that left knee back, and then work through whichever option you wanted. So option one, you're hanging on the arms, but the arms are straight. All right, you're just relaxing into this. You should feel this in your left hip. Okay, so a piriformis stretch for your left booty. Remember that opposite option, or the other option, is to stay with your weight on your foot, so very little happening with the arms, and then you stand all the way up, straightening your knee and straightening your head. Sit back, hips back, flat back forward, and then come all the way up. Last one is our wide hip hinge. Feet wide, toes forward, palms down. You're going to hinge forward at the hips, and this should give you a nice stretch after those hamstring curls and hamstring runners. We get 30 seconds here. So again, you can stay forward if you like. If you'd like to work through some reps, you'll just come up and down. Okay? If you are not as flexible in your hamstrings, take a step back so you don't go as far. If you're more flexible, take a step forward so you can get a little deeper into that stretch. Okay? There's a couple of really great stretches I would love to take you through, but we don't have enough time. Whew. All right, so that is it. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Oh my gosh, super sweaty. If you have any questions, let me know. Leave a comment below. Find me on Instagram or Facebook at Amy McMullen or Fit with Flash. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Have an awesome evening. See you later. I can't find the off button. Awkward.